Hailey Bieber is undeniably igniting a whirlwind of speculation as she opts for cherished moments with her inner circle, leaving many to question her seemingly distant stance from husband, Justin Bieber. This unfolding drama has gripped social media, transforming casual observers into fervent detectives, eager to unearth the truth behind this perplexing marital dynamic. But before we plunge headfirst into the tantalizing revelations, do yourself a favor and smash that subscribe button. You absolutely won't want to miss a single, scintillating detail of the pop culture earthquake that's about to erupt. Trust me, the tremors are already being felt, and the aftershocks promise to be monumental. The digital breadcrumbs left by Hailey herself have only fanned the flames of intrigue. Recently, she dropped a seemingly innocuous post, showcasing a carefree moment, clinking glasses with Justine sky amidst a serene countryside backdrop. A mere blink later, another post surfaced, this time featuring a different confidant, sending the fan base into an immediate frenzy of whispered theories and wild conjectures. The caption on one particularly noteworthy post, "Sometimes all you need is a friend to buy you a mango sticky rice cookie, just cause," painted a vivid picture of unburdened joy. This seemingly idyllic, untroubled persona stands in stark, almost jarring, contrast to Justin's recent, very public tribulations. Just a few short nights ago, the global superstar endured a palpable meltdown, captured by the relentless lenses of the paparazzi, leaving countless fans heartbroken and bewildered. The glaring question echoing across the internet: where, oh where, was Hailey amidst her husband's evident anguish? The silence, dear readers, has been deafening. This past week has undeniably been a crucible for Justin. The air has been thick with discussions surrounding his precarious mental health, culminating in that agonizing, semi-breakdown caught on camera, a moment that sent shockwaves through his devoted following. Fans, their concern palpable, are justifiably perplexed, openly questioning Hailey's choice to engage in social activities while Justin grapples with such profound personal struggles. Yet, let's inject a dose of raw, unvarnished reality into this emotional maelstrom. Every single human being, especially adults navigating the labyrinthine complexities of marriage, craves and desperately needs personal space. Hailey, dare I say it, is not, nor should she ever be, tethered to Justin's every capricious whim. If her well-being dictates a temporary reprieve, a moment to breathe freely with friends, then by all accounts, this should not merely be acceptable, but celebrated. Having weathered the storms of a decade-long marriage myself, I can attest with unwavering certainty that while partnership forms the very bedrock of a lasting union, one individual simply cannot, and should not, be cast in the unceasing role of the other's perpetual caretaker. If Hailey elects to step away, to hit the mental refresh button and replenish her own emotional reserves, then by every measure of fairness and self-preservation, she unequivocally deserves that respite. It is not merely crucial, but absolutely vital, for both partners to cultivate and fiercely protect their distinct individual identities. Yes, Justin is in dire need of support, and that cannot be overstated. However, it is equally, if not more, imperative for him to embrace the weighty responsibility for his own holistic well-being. Now, prepare for the onslaught of virtual brickbats being hurled in Hailey's direction. The chorus of critics, a cacophony of judgment, suggests she should be swooping in, cape donned, to rescue Justin from his personal demons. But let's collectively pump the brakes here. We, the mere spectators, are privy to but a sliver of the truth, a carefully curated facade. The raw, messy, unspoken realities that unfold behind closed doors remain tantalizingly out of reach. And at some critical juncture, self-care ceases to be a luxury and transforms into an absolute necessity. Hailey, unequivocally, possesses the inherent right to prioritize her own mental and emotional equilibrium. If my own partner were navigating such tempestuous waters, a rough patch that threatened to consume them whole, my immediate instinct would be to dive headfirst into the fray, offering every ounce of support and comfort. However, that unwavering support would be tempered by a crucial understanding. They, ultimately, must seize the reins of their own life. While it's undeniably facile for fervent fans to dissect and critique Hailey's choices with surgical precision, we simply cannot, in good conscience, disregard the unassailable truth that Justin Bieber is a fully grown, autonomous man, and as such, he bears the ultimate responsibility for his own actions and his own recovery. It's a fascinating, almost sociological experiment to observe the kaleidoscope of perceptions surrounding Hailey's decisions. While a vocal contingent believes she should be inextricably intertwined with Justin's every struggle, a more nuanced perspective emerges, one that champions the profound importance of safeguarding one's own mental fortitude. For those who have navigated the treacherous currents of analogous situations, the undeniable truth is stark. Relationships can fray, stretching to their breaking point, when one partner shoulders the Herculean burden of parenting the other. I vividly recall a chapter in my own life, a relationship where my partner's choices spiraled downwards, a relentless descent into self-destruction. I tried, with every fiber of my being, to be his compass, his guiding light. But his chilling retort, delivered with a detached clarity that pierced my very soul, was a brutal wake-up call. You're not my parent. That realization, raw and unvarnished, struck me with the force of a physical blow. Sometimes, dear readers, the most agonizing act of love is to step back, to loosen your grip, and to grant individuals the autonomy to carve their own path, even if that path leads to less than ideal, even painful, outcomes. Now, let's refocus our gaze squarely back on Hailey. Her detractors may vehemently argue that her entire existence should revolve around Justin's needs, a self-sacrificing orbit around his gravitational pull. But what if, just what if, her precious moments spent with friends are not a dereliction of duty, but rather the very fuel she needs to be an even more supportive, more present partner, and perhaps, one day, an even more exceptional mother? It is a delicate, intricate balancing act, a tightrope walk across the chasm of expectation, and no one, absolutely no one, can rightfully fault her for yearning to experience the vibrant tapestry of life beyond the confines of her marital vows. There exists a precarious, almost imperceptible, line between offering steadfast support and unwittingly morphing into a surrogate caretaker. Once that line is breached, once the emotional boundaries blur, the very dynamics of the relationship undergo a seismic shift. No one, in their deepest desires, craves the suffocating sensation of raising their partner. Hailey's discerning choice to revel in the camaraderie of her friends could, in fact, be her astute method of remaining profoundly grounded, ensuring that when she does return to Justin's side, she embodies the very best version of herself, refreshed, resilient, and ready to truly engage. This inevitably ushers us to the critical, often uncomfortable, question of accountability. Justin, unequivocally, must seize ownership of his own actions, his own healing journey. No human being, regardless of their boundless love or unwavering devotion, can possibly shoulder the burden of another adult's decisions. It is a bitter pill to swallow, perhaps, but it is an absolutely indispensable ingredient for genuine personal growth. As fans, as empathetic observers, we are granted the liberty to speculate, to express our heartfelt concern. However, we are also bound by a crucial ethical imperative, to acknowledge that our assumptions, however well-intentioned, may bear little resemblance to the intricate, often messy, fabric of reality. The carefully curated vignettes we consume on social media are, by their very nature, incomplete narratives, tantalizing glimpses that rarely, if ever, unveil the full, unvarnished story. Hailey and Justin's relationship is their sacred dominion to navigate, a deeply personal odyssey, and they, as two individuals bound by complex vows, are both learning, perhaps painfully, how to prop each other up through this undeniably challenging chapter. In summation, while the digital chorus may cast aspersions upon Hailey's choices, it is paramount to engrave this truth upon our collective consciousness. She is a sentient being, replete with her own unique needs, desires, and inherent right to happiness. Every individual grapples with the crushing weight of stress differently, and carving out precious time for self-rejuvenation can be an exquisitely healthy and entirely necessary coping mechanism. Justin, too, must rise to the occasion to bravely confront and unequivocally embrace the profound responsibility for his own mental well-being. So, what, dear readers, are your unvarnished thoughts on this captivating, emotionally charged situation? Do you stand in staunch defense of Hailey's right to seek solace in the company of her friends, or do you believe her unwavering focus should remain solely, undividedly on Justin? I am utterly ravenous to devour your opinions in the comments section below. Thank you, from the very depths of my being, for joining me on this exhilarating, thought-provoking journey today. And please, as a personal plea, remember to subscribe for an endless cascade of more captivating stories and riveting discussions. Your steadfast support means the absolute world to me, and I simply cannot wait to unravel more intriguing narratives with you in the exhilarating future that awaits.